And now, aviation weather around Alaska.
Flying weather for Sunday morning. We've got IFR here along the North Gulf Coast and actually northward there across the western Copper River Basin, right up to the Isabel Pass area. IFR for the western Alaska Range as well as Bristol Bay on out into the Pribilof Islands and the northern Bering Sea. And some more IFR here over the western Aleutians. And the interior, still pretty good, mostly VFR all the way up till you get to the north sloping the Arctic coast. Marginal VFR up in that area, and mostly marginal for the southeast coast. For the afternoon, that holds marginal VFR for the Panhandle. Good IFR here from the North Gulf Coast there, southern Kenai Peninsula east side as well, and the western Alaska Range area, as well as IFR showing up now in areas of the eastern range. IFR now over the Yukon Flats, marginal VFR for the north slope to the Arctic coast, and a zone of IFR here, western Aleutians and across the southern Bering Sea. And then for Monday morning, a couple of bands of IFR here. The next one out over the west-southwest Bering Sea into Adak and Atka, actually extending all the way up to the Alaska Peninsula and then northward here, almost making it to the southwest coast. Some areas of IFR here in the interior, still along the Alaska Range and for the North Gulf Coast, and also for the extreme northern Panhandle, southern areas becoming a little bit better. And for the afternoon, areas of marginal VFR for the central and southern southeast coast with IFR, Lynn Canal Glacier Bay, the North Gulf Coast, right across Prince William Sound, as well as central western Alaska Range, all of Kodiak Island, as well as southern Cook Inlet and Kamishak Bay. IFR here from the southwest coast northeastward to the Brooks Range, marginal VFR for the Bering Sea. Passes tomorrow into Tuvik and Adigan should be VFR mostly, could be some marginal VFR in the northern approach of each pass. Lake Clark and Merrill, IFR in the forecast, same forecast for rainy, windy, marginal VFR. Isabel, IFR, back to marginal for Mentasta, marginal for Tanita, IFR for Portage, and for Chilkoot and White, marginal VFR. Freezing levels here showing 2,000 feet, Kodiak Island, and then down across the southern Panhandle, 4,000 feet, right along the south coast of Prince of Wales Island, so a little bit warmer conditions down that way. Icing, chance of some icing here anywhere in the shaded area, northern Panhandle, up along south central Alaska and the North Gulf Coast, spilling into the Copper River Basin, Kodiak Island, as well as the Alaska Peninsula and eastern Aleutians. And from there, taking a look at the jet stream, 70-knot winds here at 33,000 feet, right around Kodiak Island, west-southwest 65 knots there for the northern Panhandle. Pretty light out over the Bering Sea and the Aleutians, as you can see, a couple of lows out in that area. And for 9,000 feet, south to southwest winds 40 to 60 knots here from the Copper River Basin down into the northern Panhandle and back to just east of Kodiak Island with lighter winds out to the west again and also to the north. 9,000 feet showing a different pattern here. We've got light winds for the Panhandle and northeast, pretty good northeast winds 40 to 60 knots here, Seward Peninsula, western Arctic coast areas, extreme western Arctic coast. Actually, that's like Point Hope down maybe to Kivalina and out over the Bering Sea, 50-knot winds there. They extend all the way down to the Aleutians. From there, turbulence-wise, considerable minor turbulence there for the western Aleutian chain and also up here over the west and northwest interior areas, kind of two zones there from the western Brooks Range down to St. Lawrence Island. And then pretty good chance of seeing some moderate turbulence here from Bristol Bay, Kodiak Island, north and east along the North Gulf Coast.